Hi everyone, I hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite YouTuber. Today we're going to be talking about the Robert Millikan technique and how you can use it to get intense, powerful, instant manifestation results. But before we get into it, you are more than welcome to subscribe. On this channel, I talk about all things law of assumption. So if that sounds good to you, I would love to have you here. If you would like to enroll in my Manifest Your SP course, if you would like to book one-on-one coaching, or if you would like to join my collective coaching program, you can do so by clicking the following links in the description box down below. Alternatively, you can go on RitaKaminski.com and join through there. Welcome to the journey through the mind of one of history's greatest physicists, Robert Millikan, who also had an unwavering belief in law of assumption. Robert Andrews Millikan was a pioneering physicist who made groundbreaking contributions to science. Millikan was born a poor boy, and by the end of his life, he was a multimillionaire who had won a Nobel Prize. But today we're exploring another facet of his brilliance, his profound understanding and application of law of assumption. So much so that he got Neville Goddard talking about Robert Millikan and his successes in one of his lectures, but more on that later. Law of assumption states that anything that you assume to be true right now in your reality is in fact true in your reality. It's a principle of seeing the end result and knowing it's already yours right now. Okay, so before winning a Nobel Prize and being a millionaire, Robert was a poor young boy. He came from a poor family. He really wished to be successful and gain financial freedom. By utilizing law of assumption, he did something that some people would say is crazy. This boy decided to affirm for 16 hours straight. Yeah, I said that right. 16 hours, 1-6. Non-stop. He just had water in his room. He did a little bit of intermittent fasting sesh, and he was affirming non-stop one sentence and one sentence only. Newsflash, spoiler alert, it actually manifested in his reality quite quickly. To the point of him literally, again, winning a Nobel Prize and being set for life because he became a millionaire, and back in those days, $1 million was a lot. So this was such a crazy story that Neville Goddard actually spoke about it in one of his lectures. So let's get Daddy Neville Goddard to explain this one. This was said by Neville Goddard himself in a 1951 lecture called Be What You Wish to Be What You Believe. A newspaper man related to me that our great scientist, Robert Millikan, once told him that he had set a goal for himself at an early age when he was still very poor and unproven in the great work he was to do in the future. He condensed his dream of greatness and security into a simple statement, which statement implied that his dream of greatness and security was already realized. Then he repeated the statement over and over again to himself until the idea of greatness and security filled his mind and crowded all other ideas out of his consciousness. And I quote, "I have a lavish, steady, dependable income consistent with integrity and mutual benefit." As I have said repeatedly, everything depends upon our attitude towards ourselves. That which we will not affirm as true of ourselves cannot develop in our life. Dr. Millikan wrote his dream of greatness and security in the first person, present tense. He did not say, "I will be great, I will be secure," for that would have implied that he was not great and secure now. Instead, he made his future dream a present fact. "I have said he. A lavish, steady, dependable income consistent with integrity and mutual benefit. The future dream must become a present fact in the mind of him who seeks to realize it. Okay, so imagine dedicating an entire day to just saying one sentence without food, with just water in your room all day. Did I mention it was all day? Like, imagine you start at 7 a.m., you would have to finish at 11 p.m. that day. Crazy. Crazy work, guys. Crazy work. Not long after, he literally became a millionaire, set for life, critically acclaimed. Even Neville Goddard quoted him to be a great scientist. So this is what you do if you want to do the Robert Millikan technique. For 16 hours straight, immerse yourself in the idea that your desire has already manifested. How do we do that? We pick one affirmation and we repeat it non-stop. Now, if you think that 16 hours is a little bit too much, you can do 10 hours, you can do 6 hours. You can even do 1 hour in the morning, in the afternoon, and right before you go to sleep. And really, you're kind of doing that if you do SATs. If you keep repeating that same affirmation, your subconscious mind does the work for you and repeats it non-stop all night and penetrates through your subconscious mind just as effectively. But that's up to you to decide what you want to do. You can do both. If you want something so bad and you know that this thing actually will give you results, wouldn't you give one day to repeat one affirmation knowing that it's literally going to manifest in your life? When I read the affirmation that he picked, I kind of laughed to myself because I say this to my clients all the time. Don't complicate your affirmations. Like, that was quite a mouthful to say non-stop for 16 hours, and it's a little bit too complicated. Like, I would highly suggest to go very simple. The simpler the better. So if I was doing this, I would be affirming I have 1 million subscribers. Nice and easy. Not I have a lavish and steady income, dependable, mutual benefit, and like, oh my god, are you writing a book? I don't know, guys. I'm super into easy things because this shouldn't be about breaking your back, and realistically, you do not have to do this technique. But if it jumps out to you and you're excited to do it, something sparked some inspiration in you, I say go ahead. As you're doing this, you're gonna have no distractions. You're gonna be in a pitch black room and you are only gonna be with that one sentence for 16 hours. It's no wonder it manifested so fast. You're not distracted. You are literally given an entire day to saturate your mind. It is tough, but it's simple to do, and the results are concrete. Like, you will get your stuff if you sacrifice yourself to this. The great thing about this is you don't have to elicit any forced feelings or excited emotions. They're just gonna come to you naturally as you robotically affirm this mindlessly. I guarantee you will start feeling joy and excitement and the accomplishment of already achieving this thing. I have heard some people say, hey, like, I would have fallen asleep for the 10 hours out of the 16 doing this, but you have to understand that Robert Millikan was absolutely desperate to get out of his situation, and you know, you really have to look at it that way. If you really want something, you are going to do whatever it takes, right? So if it is 100% a given that you will get your SP after doing this, or financial freedom, or 1 million subscribers, would you not do it instead of just having a finger up your ass and wondering where it is? Like, if I were you and I'm me and I'm doing this myself, I would do every technique under the book until I got that motherfucking desire. But if you are confident in knowing that one technique is working for you, stick to that. Again, listen to your intuition and what inspires you. There is no right or wrong way in manifesting anything. After you come out of this 16-hour session, let your inspired action and decisions guide you to that manifestation throughout the day. You will be in the state automatically of the person who has this desire, and any decision that you make throughout the day will lead you to your manifestation. I promise you. If you would like to know more about inspired action, I will have a card up above how to utilize it, how to really feel it, and how to know if something is inspired action or just forced action. At the same time, going back to the falling asleep thing, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because as you're falling asleep, you're doing sats. It's actually quite beneficial for you to fall asleep. Remember, once you fall asleep with that affirmation running through your mind because you've been non-stop repeating it a lot until you've fallen asleep, that was the last thing that you thought about, your subconscious mind 100% guarantee is doing the work for you behind the scenes while you're relaxing and sleeping. If one of you guys came up to me and said, now Rita, okay, I know about this Robert Millikan technique now, thank you very much, but what do you think about this technique? To that, I would say it's not necessary. Again, if you are inspired, take that, take it, grab it, use it, utilize it. Inspired action is one of the main components of getting your desire. However, if you kind of feel like, oh, I have to try something new, or it feels overwhelming and you're like, oh, I'm not trying that, I don't want to try that, and it feels like homework, it is not the technique for you. Remember, there are infinite amount of techniques, and every single person is different. They have different personalities, wants, needs. Some things work for one group of people, another thing works for another group of people, okay? There's no right or wrong. I would much rather prefer to be disciplined throughout the day and consistently robotically affirm when I'm hanging up the, laundry, when I'm going for a walk, when I'm doing my makeup before filming, and that's exactly what I have been doing. Which means you don't have to lock yourself in a room. You are simply being dedicated and disciplined to robotically affirming whenever you're doing something that doesn't require much brain power. For example, now I can't affirm. I'm not going to affirm. It is taking me brain power to talk to you guys, right? But again, just before, when I was putting my makeup on, when I was heating up my pesto chicken pasta, which was fucking delicious, I was affirming. I didn't even watch any YouTube today. I was affirming my little butt off. My butt is not little. But anyways, Robert Millikan's life is a testament to the power of the law of assumption. By assuming his success and sacrificing just one day, he literally manifested the life of his dreams. He manifested an extraordinary life. How many people do you know have won a Nobel Prize? I don't think you know many. You too can harness this power by being dedicated and disciplined, and watch as your assumptions shape your reality. And with that being said, I trust that this video gave you the guidance that you needed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because I know you loved it. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.